Please welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovelies. I came across this video on my For You, and I thought to share where the internet is reacting to the fact that the anti-Christian task force has been launched, or the bill has been passed, and this got a lot of people reacting to the fact that it's not even long that the Pope was, and all of a sudden this tax is in place. This got a lot of people reacting. Of course, I've said this before, and I was able to put up some of those stitches. I'm just going to roll the clip, as well as other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
The Pope isn't even cold and dead in the ground yet. Catholicism hasn't even chosen another successor before the Department of Justice says they're launching an anti-Christian task force. This anti-Christian task force just so happens to come after J.D. Vance meets with the Pope. And the Pope, I don't know, eats it. This anti-Christian task force that was just announced by Pam Bondi includes reporting anti-Christian activity to them. Are we all aware of what's going on here? Not only do they want us to snitch on each other in order to get a free ride to fucking Auschwitz, but they want companies like Veterans Affairs agencies to order staff to report each other for any anti-Christian bias. This also includes establishing the VA task force that now requests all VA employees to submit an instance of anti-Christian discrimination to an actual email, like just out of nowhere, report any anti-Christian shit you see. They have to report things like unofficial understandings hostile to Christian views. Do we not see what's adjacent to that? Even saying they should report vaccine mandates that were denied for Christian views. This should be alarming, especially with them trying to deport people who are homegrown. And now they're using anti-Christian rhetorics as a direct threat to the government from the Department of Justice. Or hello, does this not sound like anything going on? So for everyone who said we won't have to go through what's going on in Israel and all that Palestine stuff, hope you stand by whoever you believe in. The Pope.
We're excited to be here for the launch of the task force to eradicate anti-Christian bias as outlined in the President's executive order. Joining me today are members of the task force and individuals who have been impacted by the anti-Christian bias. Together, this task force will identify any unlawful anti-Christian policies, practices, or conduct across the government, seek input from the faith-based organizations and state governments to end anti-Christian bias, find and fix deficiencies in existing and regulatory practices that might contribute to the anti-Christian bias. As President Trump has stated, the Biden administration engaged in an egregious pattern of targeting peaceful Christians while ignoring violent anti-Christian offenses. The president is right. Biden's Department of Justice abused and targeted Christians. Pro-life Christians were arrested and imprisoned for peacefully praying outside abortion clinics. The FBI spied on traditional Catholics in their parishes. President Biden declared Easter Sunday to be Transgender Day of Visibility. No longer. Vandalism against churches was 8 times higher in 2023 than it was in 2018. And it's at President Trump's directive, we ended those abuses at the Department of Justice on day one. We dropped 3 ongoing cases against pro-lifers and redefined the FACE Act to ensure that abuse would not continue and that American tax dollars were not used to support the weaponization of our legal system to target Christians.
We have witnessed actions that suggest an underlying bias against people of faith, particularly Christians. This task force was created to make sure this never happens again in America. We will investigate what went wrong, uncover facts, and ultimately chart a path forward. So today, we're going to hear from individuals who will share their personal stories, stories that reflect broader trends and challenges from the Biden administration's policies. Policies that, frankly, strip people of their inalienable rights. We're also going to hear from members of this task force about the ways in which anti-Christian sentiment may have shown up in their departments or their agencies. A key challenge that we face is a public misunderstanding of our form of government. Our government's purpose is to secure rights, not restrict them. So, yes, this task force has a big job ahead, but it's a vital one, and it's one that we're going to get done.
So there are those on here who are upset about there being a Christian task force. Now, there's people who say there's no attack on Christianity, but if you're someone who says that there's no attack on Christianity, then that means you truly have not been paying attention this whole time. The whole 4 years of Biden-Harris is an attack on Christianity. At no point have anybody sat back and said, how do the Christians feel about all of these laws and rules that the Biden-Harris administration is passing? How do they feel about Kamala saying that we're not welcome at her rallies because we said Jesus Christ is Lord, Jesus Christ is King? We're not welcome at her rallies. How do the Christians feel about all this gay marriage stuff and the men being in women's sports and all this transitioning and all that? How do the Christians feel about it? Do you guys remember when gay marriage was first legalized? The first thing they did was ran inside the churches knowing that these Christian ministers and these Christian lawyers and these Christian judges and these Christian pastors were not going to be comfortable with doing that. Many of them had to lose their jobs or quit or got in trouble because this is legal now. No one cared how would this make the Christians feel. All you cared about was equality. And this whole situation that's been going on, everybody has yelled equality, 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 while the Christians have had to stand in the corner and say, none of this is what God says is right. But the whole world is saying that it's right. And if we say that it's wrong, they're going to call us Christian nationalists and they're going to hate us. So we either get with the program or we're hated. And that has been occurring ever since Obama got in office. And then when Biden got in office, it got worse. So yes, there is an attack on Christianity. And I know that you guys don't understand, but the more you open our borders and allow in all of the Islamic people who are trying to take over America, their religion is the arch nemesis of Christianity. Y'all got to start learning the truth of what's going on. I've been telling you over and over, this is a spiritual battle. Wake up. God bless.
In another day of hell, VA Secretary Doug Collins has launched a task force on anti-Christian bias. This is how the VA will address religious discrimination within its ranks and services. According to an internal email obtained by the Midas Touch, shout them out, such a great news source, VA employees are now being asked to report any instances of anti-Christian bias directly to a dedicated email address within the department. I'm going to send them an email. Are you going to send them an email? I'm going to email them. I'm going to email them.
How convenient, right after Easter and after the passing of Pope Francis. Not even a day after. Pam Bondi hosted Trump administration officials at the Department of Justice on Tuesday for a meeting on the Eradicating Anti-Christian Bias Task Force, the newest force ordered by the president. Key word, force ordered by the president. She goes on to say, together this task force will identify any unlawful anti-Christian policies, practices, or conduct across the government, seek input from faith-based organizations and state government to end anti-Christian bias, find and fix deficiencies in existing and regulatory practice that might contribute to the anti-Christian bias. Of course, she goes on to blame the Biden administration and make false allegations that, as President Trump has stated, the Biden administration engaged in the egregious pattern of targeting peaceful Christians while ignoring violent anti-Christian offenses. The task force drew criticism from Americans United for separation of church and state. They went ahead and stated that rather than protecting religious beliefs, this task force will misuse religious freedom to justify bigotry, discrimination, and the subversion of our civil rights laws, said Rachel Lacer, the group's president and CEO. Trump, who is not a Christian himself, and we all know that, came out and said that he promised to defend Christianity in spaces like schools, workplace, and halls of government. Where's the separation of church and state? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fourth Reich.
Hey, y'all gonna have to give me some understanding. So let me get this right. The Department of Justice just launched an anti-Christian task force. And correct me if I'm wrong. So basically what this is if you believe in something other than Christianity, it's gonna be an issue. And that's a question. You're basically telling me that if you don't believe in Christianity, they're gonna send people to your door, knock on your door. Hey, we heard. You heard what? We heard you don't believe in Christianity. Now, I believe in Christianity, but there are other people who have their own beliefs. So you're telling me right here in the United States of America, you are entitled to believe what everyone believes? And if you don't believe what everyone believes, they're gonna have people knocking at your door. We heard you don't believe what we believe. That don't sound right. Anybody, matter of fact, everybody with any type of information, let me know what you know about this. I just turned on this app. Haven't been on the app all day. I need to know, because I'm hearing this and this don't sound good. United States of America is not a third world country. Nah. Let me know what you know. I'm out.
Breaking fuck the news. Pamela Bondi has officially announced that the anti-Christian hit squad that will be targeting anti-Christian bias in America is in full effect. Well, everybody, welcome to the Fourth Reich.
The social platforms are reacting to the anti-Christian tax that has been passed, the bill that was passed, and so many people are not having it. Why other people still have a reason why they think that that's a good bill to be passed. So I think this actually meant that, please correct me in the comment section if you know. So this actually meant that any other religion apart from Christianity is unacceptable, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. That means if you don't practice any kind of religion apart from Christianity, you will be taxed, all right? Or you will face a kind of consequences. Like with that being said, the state is actually wanting to have this narration of a Christian state, right? That means if you have any form of religion other than Christian, maybe you're a Muslim or what have you, you are not recognized. You are not. Anyways, I think that this has two-way thing. When a lot of people like, wow, people are actually supposed to be allowed to choose a faith that they want. People were supposed to be allowed to practice a religion that they feel that is suitable for their own belief, given the fact that America is a free state, right? I think this is why people are just so against it, that America was not supposed to be a third world country. With that being said, I actually have this thing about, Sharia, that, which everybody have their own, opinion to give. I'm just being neutral here. I think these guys, they know exactly what they are doing, right? They want the state to just be described as a certain, okay, they have a Christian mindset and all of that. Someone actually claimed that the past administration gave room to a lot of this minds. Like they gave room to other religions cursing Kamala Harris to talk about to go against Christians or something like that. I heard that in the comment section when people are talking about Jesus is Lord, Jesus is Christ. That she was all like, you know. Anyways, I saw this. I thought that I was just gonna put it up here because this is actually a delicate one, and I decided to just, put it up so that people will understand and know that there have been a bill that has been passed. So if you are a Christian, I think you are okay. But if you are someone that's actually support any form of religion other than Christianity, maybe you are Buddhism, Muslim, and what have you, there's a particular anti-tax or whatsoever you have to pay for, which is something that really needs to be talked about in a detailed manner, right? Anyways, when I saw this, I thought I was going to put it up. Are you in support of this bill? Do you think that people should be allowed to actually practice any religion they actually feel more comfortable with? Or do you actually think that having a Christian state and everything should just is a very good idea in order to avoid so many certain things? You could just leave it in the comment section because at this point, and with the advantage and disadvantage thing with all of the internet debates, I'm just in the middle. Like, everybody have their own opinions on why they think so, but I think there should be a freedom of everything. Like, I don't know, I don't really know, seriously, Loveless, at this point. That's why I brought it here for us to deliberate on this so that you guys can leave a commentary. I can read all of the comments and see what you people think of this new bill. Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. Leave your thought, like I said earlier on. Like and share this video, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one. Comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you're yet to do that. Like, and I will see you, lovelies, when I upload the next one.